They end lives and they save lives. We make 1 million of them every single day, and just about every round fired from a British Army rifle comes from this factory.
Got a film crew with me.
And I'm going to take you inside.
When you look at a round of ammunition, it looks fairly simple. When you make up to 1 million of them a day, to get that right every single time at the rate that we manufacture is a real challenge.
We don't make cans of Coke on site. There is an end use for this thing, and it's important we all appreciate what that end use is.
It's absolutely critical that what we do here is exactly right, so that when it's used by the user in defence, we know it will deliver and they know it will deliver.
BAE have a £2.4 billion contract with the MOD to provide all their munitions for the next 13 years. They also supply much of NATO, and their cartridges go as far as India and Australia. First off, a whistle-stop tour of how to make a round of ammunition. Over to delivery manager for light munitions, George.
This is how every round of ammunition starts. This is the brass cup that we use to form the case. So the first part of manufacturing a case for this process is we get the cups fed in, they're washed, and they go through this wash process. They're fed up a series of elevators into the hopper at the top there, ready for the first drawing process.
What happens next?
That's over there. Can you go over there?
Yes.
This is a draw press, and it draws it in 3 stages into a long tube ready to be made into a case. The next part of the process is the annealing process. We relieve all of the stresses in the brass, and that gets it ready for the forming process. So this is the forming press. This forms the cartridge case in terms of the fire hole, the primer pocket, the neck of the case, and the mouth of the case. This is the part where all of the precision dimensions of the case are set. The next part is where we machine the extractor groove, and this allows the rifle to extract the round of ammunition when it comes out of the chamber of the rifle. So we machine this section out here, and we also make sure that the mouth of the case is nice and clean, ready for the bullet to be inserted inside. The last part is where we 100% inspect every single cartridge case that we manufacture through a series of cameras and lasers to ensure that absolutely every dimension on that part is correct. So this machine measures the dimensions of the case down to 100th of a millimetre. If any of those fail to meet the design drawing, the machine will reject them. This is the press where we manufacture the bullets, and then later on in the process, the bullet gets inserted into the case. This is the projectile that goes down range, hits the target, and the case is typically ejected from the rifle. These are the finished cases, ready for the next stage of the process. You can't film in there because that's an explosives part of the factory. However, in there we insert the cap into the back end of the case, we fill it with propellants, and we insert the bullet into it. And then that would be a finished round ready to go to the customer.
1 million rounds a day sounds a lot, but what happens if we suddenly need more ammunition?
The UK MOD pay for a capability here, and they draw down on that. At the moment, we are not at full capacity. We're probably about half capacity in terms of what we can produce here at the moment. So yeah, ability to scale up and scale down is a key part of what we provide to the UK government.
The power to double that production capacity instantaneously is partly due to this being the company's first ever smart factory. Every one of the 150 machines here is networked, giving real-time data on the productivity of each one.
So welcome to the tool room at Radway Green. This is where we make the majority of our on-site tooling ready for the operational and production element of the facility.
Martin is the chief engineer for the site. Much of his work is in innovation, currently around making a round lighter, and that could make a huge difference. Their new cartridge is 1.8 grams lighter than the current version. Scale that up and it means each soldier carrying half a kilo less over 300 rounds, allowing them to take 50 more. Scale it up again and a 4-layer pallet is 156 kilograms lighter, saving a Chinook 1,092 kilograms across its load. That means it can carry over 100,000 extra rounds to the front line.
We've looked at sort of different design principles, different materials. We're also bringing sort of new technology into those rounds, both in terms of digital technology, but also manufacturing technology as well. So for us, it's quite a step forward in terms of what we do here on site and the capability that we then develop.
And are there any other sort of innovations you're looking at the moment that are worth mentioning, like that There's plenty in the pipeline, but most of that I'm not going to talk about right now, if that's okay.
Fair enough. Once out of the factory, the rounds make their way to the site's own firing range to ensure, once again, each batch is perfect before being packaged up in the familiar ammo tins.
This is typically how our users find our ammunition in these tins, and the markings on these tins are quite important. So they define how many rounds are in there, the packing configuration. You'll see the Radway green initials on there, the date in which they were manufactured, and then the customer details. As you can see, we're on a pallet here of reusable tins, so most of our packaging is recycled and returned to us from our customers, and some of these dates back to the 1960s, so recycling in its absolute best.
Each round is marked up with crucial information, like the date and location it was made, but a new system is in development that will make each one even more traceable.
We're also developing a new technology that enables us to print a barcode on the bottom of the round, and that will give us even better traceability, as well as the information that's already printed on there. It would provide us with the ability to trace the lot that it was manufactured, the propellant that was used in it, the brass that we used, the exact dates in which we manufactured, and that gives us a whole raft more information that we can use if required.
Ammunition has been produced on this site for over 80 years, and though the machines in the factory may have changed, some things have not.
Huge pride in what we do here. The product that we produce and its importance to the defence of our nation is also a real positive for us here on site, and I think the workforce here take a huge amount of pride in producing a good quality product, knowing exactly where it's going to go and the importance that it works every time.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.